Hello and welcome to the lecture series on railways, harbour, tunneling and airport for the subject code 18 CV 645, Module 2, Session 5, Conventional Method of Track Maintenance. In this session, we are going to discuss about some conventional method of track maintenance, items for normal track maintenance and references. What are the different types of items usually called in the normal track maintenance has been concerned? So normal maintenance work is going to be with fish plated track has been concerned. Then we should have through packing, overhauling or shallow screening, picking of some slack, lubricating each of the rail joint, minor attention towards the cess, clearance of the drainage, it may be longitudinal drainage network along the network has been concerned, casual renewal of rails and sleeper depending upon the intensity it has been there or it is going to be damaged, adjustment of creep over the short length, so depending upon how much creep it is being done, so creep corrections are going to be done, overhauling of level crossing, special attention has to be given in case of points and crossing. So these are always going to be called as in track maintenance. Next is going to be the packing of a track. We are going to be adapting the three types of a packing. One is called as a bitter packing, next is going to be called as a shovel packing, and third one is going to be called as a through packing. First one is a bitter packing. This packing is going to be done with a bitter in a systematic manner by a trained gangman. So the only disadvantage is that it causes a damage to the sleeper because of the beating. Next is a shovel method of packing. The stone chips are going to be spread over a ballast underneath of a sleeper in order to correct the track geometry. Next method is going to be the through packing, a permanent way a gangman take through the packing. A minimum of 12 gangman for a BG track and 6 gangmen for a MG track are going to be required for the effective maintenance. So this is for packing of the track has been concerned with a ballast with gangmen and shovels. Through packing consists of the following. So when I said it is a through packing is going to be done, so first one is going to be opening up of the road, examining the conditions of our component like rail, sleeper and fastening, checking of squaring of the sleeper, sleeving of the track and to have the correct alignment or getting back to correct alignment, gauging, packing of a sleepers has been concerned, minor alignment or replacement at the joints. Next is the boxing of ballast dressing. So this is how a through packing is going to be consist with respect to operational principles. First one is going to be opening of a road. So ballast should be opened out on the either side of the rail, indicating up to 50 mm below the sleeper of the bottom. Suppose if it is going to be a BG track, end of the sleeper to 450 mm inside the rail seat has to be taken into consideration. Similarly, if it is going to be a meter gauge track, end sleeper up to 350 mm inside the railway seat has to be considered for opening of the road. In case of narrow gauge, it is going to be 250 mm. Next is examination of rails. The rails are going to be examined to the extent that whatever the defects it is going to be bound to there. So as I had explained, different types of rail failures are the defect. So first what we need to say, look in the rail, whatever the underside of the rail is been getting corroded or not. So at the end of a rail, any cracks are found or not, then the head, top and side wear is going to be found or not, and near to the rail junction or joints, wearing of fastening or the fitting materials like fish plate, fish bolts for tightening and creeps and kinks has to be taken into account. Based on the above finding and examination, the gangman will attend the defect. Rails on curve will wear at a rapid rate because the because of the movement of the wheel flanges on the rail surface. So if undersides of rails are been getting corroded, the gangman has to remove the rust and dust, then it needs to be cleaned by the brushes. Suppose if it is going to be weared out, proper lubrication has to be provided. That what I had explained in case of rails on a curve near to wear has been concerned. They are also going to be removing with respect to kinks and creeps has been concerned. That is how we are been examining the rail system. Moving on to the next one is going to be checking and squaring of a sleeper. Checking of a sleepers, it means sleepers are going to be examined for their condition and soundness, particularly the rail seats. They are also checked for split and decay in case if it is going to be wooden sleeper, along with fittings, fixtures and fastening. It needs to be thoroughly examined for their grip and tightness. If it is been worn out, so immediately it has to be replaced. Then is squaring of a sleeper. Sleepers are getting out of the square from the primary responsibility because of many of the defect or gauge variations or the kink. Therefore, it has to be checked and it needs to be corrected. Make squaring, it has to be done for the sleeper. Next is the sleeving of a track and correct alignment. Sleeving of a track refers to moving of a track literally for any of our distortions. Sleeving for normal maintenance is a small order. It doesn't. It can be done after opening out of the road, loosening of a course and end, and then drawing out the sufficient ballast on each of the ends of the sleeper. Then this sleeving is going to be corrected with respect to alignment has been concerned. Next is a gauging. Before correcting the gauge, it should be ensured that the sleepers are in a true square, because as we know that this is a sleeper. If it is going to be exactly square, then our rail sections are going to be perpendicular. Then whatever the gauge we are been measuring is going to be correct. Suppose if the sleepers are going to be having an inclination and the rails are going to be measured, I can see that we can see a few of the things here. Suppose the sleepers are going to be a perpendicular one, then there is no problem. Suppose if you are going to be having any inclination with respect to the measurement of the rail, so then there might be a little variations because of this what we say non true square of the sleepers has been concerned. Hence we should take a proper care before gauging. The sleeper should be in perfectly right angular or it should be in square. The gauge should be adjusted previously, hence it should be not desirable if you want to have a re-gauging in case of a wooden sleeper or a track. Frequently we need to kill the spike killing on the rail seat. Next is a packing of a sleeper. Packing of a sleeper is a somewhat critical job because it enables that rails are going to be maintained at a correct level on a straight alignment, and it required some amount of super elevation or can to be provided on the curve. The effective packing ensures that there are no voids in between the sleeper and the respective bed. Before packing, it has to be made with or it has to be assured that chairs or bearing plates are going to be firmly fixed to the sleepers and rail which rest over on the chairs or bearing plate. In case of rails, if you are going to be directly resting over the sleeper, it should be ensured that there is no gap in between the bottom of a rail and top of the sleeper. As soon as packing is completed, there might be a slight distortion on the alignment on the top, hence once again it need to be checked properly and any corrections are going to be incorporated. Next is a repacking of a joint sleeper. Rail joints are going to be the weakest portion, hence the sleeper supports on the joint is going to be essential. Therefore, sleepers at the joint and the shoulder should be repacked before boxing is going to be done. Next is the boxing of a ballast section and tidying. So, boxing of a ballast is done in a specified dimension. Templates are going to be used for the purpose of a cess that has to be maintained in a proper shape and good condition. So, if it is high, it affects the drainage. So, on the other hand, if it is going to be too low, it results ballast is going to be spread over and there is a wastage. Next is observation of sleepers under the dynamic loading. Movement of a sleeper under a dynamic load is going to be getting observed during the passage of a first and a last train within the working hour. So immediately after passing the train, a loose sleeper should be marked and it need to be packed uniformly by the gangman or maintenance workers. Next is the overhauling of a track. The ballast is going to be screened and it has to be put back. Packing under the sleeper should not be disturbed under any of the circumstances. Screening should be progressed in alternative panel. After screening, full section should be getting ballasted. So screening of the ballast is going to be done in two method. One is called as a deep screening, another one is called as a shallow screening. Deep screening mechanism in which the ballast means periodical cleaning of a ballast is going to be concerned. Screening improves, as we know, that track drainage because the proper regular geometry, so it retains the elasticity of the track and prolongs the lifespan of a track material. So under dynamic loading, as we know that ballast is getting crushed, so there may be a dust particle, it is going to be coming out because of a speed movement of a locomotive. So ballast sometimes going to pierce through the pore formation or getting coated with soil particle. So hence deep screening has to be taken into account. So as we know that when the ballast started loses its property of a resilience, the structure of the track doesn't allow a proper drainage. So in such a situation, it necessitates for screen for the entire ballast right up to the formation level. So usually the descreening is going to be done in every 1 in 10 years. Next is going to be the shallow screening. In shallow screening, sleepers is opened out to a depth of 50 to 100 mm below the bottom of a sleeper. Ballast in the shoulders are getting removed to their full depth, then ballast are then screened and put back to its position and compacted. So in cases ballast under the sleepers are not disturbed. So this is how screening is going to be done in two types. One is a deep screening, another one is shallow screening. Next is buckling of a track. Suppose if the tracks are been getting buckled, this may be due to the inadequate expansion gap, failure of counteracting the creep in time, no proper lubrication in the joint, failure to remove the rails which is going to be closer to the track, shortage of a ballast or jammed joints or seized fish plate. The following maintenance works are going to be adopted in case of a buckling of a track. Protect the track with a hand signal and a detonator to do the stressing of a de-stressing of a track. Sleeve track to a flat and reverse curve. Then in case of straight alignment on the sleeve outwards or in curves has been taken into consideration. Carefully the clearing the structures and signaling. Traffic may be permitted to pass at a reduced speed over a affected portion after verification is going to be done. So none of the joint is going to be crippled by buckling. Next is going to be lifting of a track. Lifting is going to be necessary for elimination of a minor sag. Then lowering of a track should not be resorted in case it is going to be unavoidable. We have to use the resorted in case of lowering of the track. So next is going to be maintenance is also going to be required at level crossing. So preferably durable sleepers with the bearing plate should be used as per as the planning and maintenance at the leveling crossing has been done, because the traffic both train and other facilities are going to be used. For 3 meters on the either side of the level crossing, rail joint should be avoided in chuck rails on running rails. 4 spikes per sleepers has to be provided to hold the track in position or the sleeper and rails in position. Fish plate joints may be avoided within the 6 meter from the end of the level crossing on the either side in case of short welded rail. So this is how we are going to be maintaining with respect to level crossing. So apart from that one, we are going to be having some annual maintenance practices for a track. So we are going to be done in 3 phases. One is post monsoon, pre monsoon and during the monsoon. So what are the routine maintenance work we are going to be taken up for the proper and working of track system has been concerned. First one is called as a post monsoon. So after post monsoon we should attend the rundown structures which is going to be taken care. Systematic annual attention has to be given. Overall of level crossing, de-stressing of long weighted rail, spotting of or the spots of renewal has to be taken with all the facilities, lubricating the elastic railway clip, then oiling and greasing with a visual inspection for the fish plate near to the joints has to be taken into account. So in the pre-monsoon, cleaning and repairing on the sides of the catch water drain, because so in the rainy season water has to be allowed. So whatever the choke up or the twigs, whatever the thing it is been segregated or stored, it has to be taken away and it needs to be cleaned. Attending of yard drainage system, spotting and renewal of a track component and screening of ballast. Though these are going to be done in case of pre-monsoon session. During the monsoon, picking of the slack is going to be required, maintenance of a yard line, cleaning and removal of boulders from the cutting and tunneling in order to ensure the free flow of water. So then a monsoon patrolling, so maintenance of drainage, that is the straight drainages, repair of a cess and bank is to be taken into consideration. This is how the annual maintenance procedure we are being adopting for the maintenance of track work with respect to pre-monsoon, post-monsoon and during monsoon. Next is the annual inspection and maintenance. So at least once in a year, level crossing should be made opened out and the condition of a sleeper, fitting, fastening has to be examined and inspected. Rails and fastening in contact with the road shall be thoroughly cleaned with the wire brushes and a coat of a coal tar, as it is a anti-corrosive property, so or any anti-corrosive paint has to be applied. Flange way clearances nearly cross levels, gauge and alignment has to be maintained. Again thoroughly check for its correctness. Track must be perfectly packed before the level crossing when it is before opening to the road traffic. Next is going to be the gap survey and adjustment of a gap. So it is conducted specially in case of short-weighted railway track. Gap survey is important in stretches where track develops an excessive creep or jammed joints or kinks, buckling, wide gaps or a battered or a hogging rail or any other sort of a defect, hence the adjustment of a gap has to be concerned. So this is how the maintenance of a track is going to be taken care to prepare this session. So once again we have to refer the standard textbook as mentioned in the syllabus along with the web reference.